She was lying on the kitchen floor, frightened, in pain, and completely alone. No one heard her fall, no phone nearby, and it all could have been avoided with one simple, low-cost item. That moment changed her life. If you live alone or care about someone who does, what I'm about to share could mean the difference between a safe home and a serious emergency. These 10 must-have household items aren't just helpful. They're essential for staying independent, protected, and in control. Welcome to Better Aging Advice for Elderly. I'm Lewis, and here we focus on real solutions for aging well, through powerful stories, smart tips, and habits that make everyday life safer and easier. If that matters to you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're building a future where aging better is within reach. Today, you'll follow the true story of someone who made 10 simple changes that completely transformed how she lived alone, without giving up her freedom or dignity. Let's step inside her home, and maybe along the way, you'll discover one small change that could make a big difference in yours too. Item 1. Motion sensor nightlights. She never thought something as simple as walking to the bathroom at night could be dangerous, but it happened in an instant. One late evening, after getting out of bed for a glass of water, she misjudged the distance to the hallway wall. Her toe hit the corner of a chair, and before she could catch herself, she was on the floor, shaken, sore, and suddenly unsure about moving around in her own home. That fall didn't just leave a bruise, it stole a piece of her confidence. That's when she made one small change that made a big difference. Motion sensor nightlights. They now line her hallway, the bathroom entrance, and even the path to the kitchen. They turn on automatically the moment she moves. No fumbling for switches, no harsh overhead light. Just a soft, steady glow that follows her steps and gives her peace of mind. The best part? They're affordable, easy to install, and require no rewiring. Just plug them into an outlet or stick them on the wall, and they're ready to protect. It's not about being afraid of the dark. It's about being smart about the unexpected, because as we get older, even a small fall can have a big impact on our health, our independence, and our ability to stay in our own homes. So ask yourself, what does your home look like after sunset? Are there dark corners or shadowy paths? Could one small light prevent one big accident? Would motion lights help you or someone you love? Type "need that" in the comments. Let's look out for each other. Item 2. Non-slip bathroom mats. It happened in under a second. She had just finished her shower. Steam still hanging in the air, the floor just damp enough to be dangerous. As she stepped out, her foot landed on the edge of a regular bathroom rug. It slid. Her balance shifted. Her arms flailed, reaching for anything to hold on to, but there was nothing. Luckily, she caught herself against the sink. No fall, no injury, but her heart was racing and so was her mind. That close call made her realize something important. It doesn't take a major fall to shake your confidence. It just takes a moment. That's when she swapped out that stylish rug for a non-slip bathroom mat. Now stepping out of the shower feels steady, secure, grounded. These mats have a rubber grip base that clings to the floor even when it's wet. They don't slide, bunch up, or curl at the edges. Some even have fast-drying material to prevent mildew and mold. It's such a simple fix, but it completely changed how she moved through her space. And here's the truth. Bathrooms are one of the most common places where older adults slip and fall. Why? Wet surfaces, poor lighting, and, more often than not, slippery rugs that look nice but offer no protection. The fix, a $10–20 mat that adds instant safety, comfort, and peace of mind. So take a look at your own bathroom. Step out of the shower or bath and notice. Does your rug move, curl, slide, even slightly? That tiny movement might not seem like much until it causes something that changes everything. If you've had a close call in the bathroom, or know someone who has, drop a "fix that mat" in the comments. Let's share this with someone who might need the reminder. Item 3. Grab a reacher tool. She didn't think twice about it at first, just reaching for the cereal box on the top shelf like she'd done 100 times before. But that morning, something felt different. She stretched a little too far, standing on tiptoes, hand wobbling as she tried to grab the box. Her foot slipped. She caught herself, barely, but the jolt in her shoulder and the sting in her back told her everything she needed to know. That kind of reaching wasn't safe anymore. And that's when someone handed her a grabber tool. At first she thought, isn't that for people older than me? But the first time she used it, picking up a dropped sock without bending down, grabbing a light bulb from a high shelf, she smiled and said, "Why didn't I do this years ago?" The grabber tool became her secret weapon. No more straining to reach high cabinets or risking a fall just to pick something up off the floor. It extended her reach, reduced her risk, and gave her back a sense of control. Lightweight, easy to use, and inexpensive. This little device does a big job, whether it's reaching under the couch or avoiding awkward bending after a back strain. It protects your body while keeping you independent. And here's the truth. Many injuries at home don't come from big accidents. They come from small, everyday movements, like overreaching or bending too fast. But tools like this turn those risky moments into safe, simple ones. So open your closet, check under the bed. Look up at your top kitchen shelf. If you've ever struggled to grab something and thought, "I'll just risk it this once," don't. Ever used one of these? Type yes or not yet in the comments. You might just help someone else realize they need one too. Item 4. Stove auto shutoff device. It was just a quiet afternoon. She put the kettle on, sat down to rest her feet and drifted off, only for a few minutes. But when she woke up, the smell hit her first. A sharp, hot scent. The kettle had boiled dry, the burner was glowing, and panic set in. Nothing caught fire, no smoke, no sirens. But that moment haunted her. She couldn't stop thinking, what if I hadn't woken up? What if it had been the frying pan? What if I'd forgotten something else next time? That was the day she installed a stove auto shutoff device. It was simple. A smart safety plug or motion sensing device that turns off the stove automatically if left unattended too long. Some models even come with timers, alerts, or motion detectors to sense whether someone is in the kitchen. If no movement is detected, the stove shuts off. No more forgotten burners, no more guessing, no more what if. And here's the truth, forgetting something on the stove doesn't mean you're losing your memory. It means you're human. But with age, the risks get bigger. Reflexes slow, distractions last longer, and the consequences of one forgotten burner can be devastating. This one small device, often under 100, can protect everything: your home, your health, your confidence, your independence. For her, it wasn't just about preventing a fire. It was about sleeping better, cooking confidently, reclaiming peace of mind. So take a moment and ask yourself, have you ever double-checked the stove, even after you knew you turned it off? That small worry can become daily stress. Would this help someone you care about? Drop smart safety in the comments and tag someone who needs to hear this. Item 5. Shower chair with handles. For years, she'd stood through every shower, gritting her teeth against the pain. Arthritis made standing for long periods a challenge. Each shift of her weight felt like a reminder of her body's limitations. She refused to give in, always thinking, I can handle this. But over time, even those small daily tasks began to take their toll. One morning, she almost lost her balance. She wasn't even sure how it happened, but the water on the floor, the slippery tiles, and her aching knees created a perfect storm. That was the wake-up call. She wasn't giving up. She was being smart, so she added a shower chair with handles. At first, it felt like a luxury she didn't need. But once she sat down in that chair with sturdy handles for support, everything changed. No more wobbly knees or balancing on one foot while reaching for shampoo. Just comfort, stability, the ability to shower without worry. It wasn't about weakness, it was about wisdom, giving herself permission to adapt, to use what was available to make life easier and safer. A chair with handles provided more than just a place to sit. It gave her the peace of mind that she could take care of herself without risking a fall. Shower chairs aren't just for people with mobility issues. They're for anyone who wants to reduce strain and prevent accidents. Whether it's arthritis, fatigue, or just the natural process of aging, standing for long periods can be tough on the body. A sturdy chair means no more compromises. You don't have to give up independence. You just have to make smarter choices. Do you think a shower chair could make your routine safer? Or maybe someone you care about? Drop smart choice in the comments and share this with someone who might need it. Item 6, large button phone. It happened when she least expected it. Evelyn had been feeling under the weather for a few days, but that morning, things took a turn. She felt dizzy, unsteady on her feet. Her heart raced. Panic set in as she tried to reach for her phone. But in that moment of stress, her fine motor skills failed her. She fumbled with the buttons on her old phone, pressing the wrong ones over and over. In the panic, trying to dial for help, she thought, what if I can't get through? What if I need help and I can't reach anyone? Her old phone wasn't just hard to navigate, it was dangerous. The tiny buttons, the faint volume, the confusion when everything seemed urgent. That's when she made the switch. She got a large button phone. No more frustration, no more missed calls or wrong numbers. The big, easy-to-read buttons allowed her to dial quickly and with confidence. The loud volume made sure she never missed an alert or a call, even if she was in another room or had the TV on. It was simple yet life-changing. The truth is, as we age, our dexterity, vision, and hearing naturally change. A phone with smaller buttons or low volume isn't just inconvenient, it can be a safety hazard. And when a moment of panic happens, you need a phone that responds, not one that causes more stress. A large button phone isn't just about ease of use, it's about peace of mind. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you can reach out for help, dial for support, or even just hear the phone ring without a struggle. Could a large button phone help you or someone you care about? Drop a lifesaver in the comments and tag someone who needs this simple upgrade. Item 7, pill organizer with alarm. It was a simple mistake, one she never thought could happen. She'd missed a dose before, but that one time she felt it. Her head swam, her energy drained. She was dizzy for hours, unable to shake the feeling. It wasn't just a missed pill, it was a reminder of how easy it is for something so small to disrupt everything. That experience was a wake-up call. She realized how important it was to stay on top of her medication schedule. But the pill bottles, the daily reminders, everything felt overwhelming. That's when she found the solution. A timed pill organizer with an alarm. It wasn't just a box with compartments, it was a game changer. With each section labeled for the day and time, she knew exactly what to take and when. And the alarm? It's a gentle but firm reminder, a beep that wouldn't let her forget. It was more than just convenience, it was about control. No more feeling faint, no more worrying if she missed a dose. With the pill organizer, she was back in charge of her health. For anyone managing multiple medications, it's easy to slip up. We're busy, life gets in the way, and missing a dose doesn't seem like a big deal until you feel the effects. But this simple device ensures she stays on track without the stress. Whether you have 1 pill or 10, staying consistent with your medication is vital. And with a pill organizer that has an alarm, you'll never have to second guess if you took what you needed. Do you or someone you love struggle with keeping track of medications? A pill organizer could change that. Drop a "stay on track" in the comments and share this with someone who might need that extra reminder. Item 8, raised toilet seat with handles. For a long time she struggled in silence. Every time she used the bathroom, the simple task of sitting down and standing up became harder and harder. The knees that once felt strong were now stiff and painful. The task wasn't just physically difficult, it was emotionally draining. She never told anyone how hard it was to maintain her independence for something so basic. But one morning, after yet another struggle, she decided it was time for a change. She installed a raised toilet seat with handles. At first, it seemed like such a small adjustment, just a few inches higher, but the difference was profound. The handles gave her something to hold on to for stability and balance, while the raised seat itself made sitting down and standing up effortless again. It wasn't about giving up, it was about reclaiming comfort and dignity. The truth is, when you're facing physical challenges, even the simplest things can become obstacles. But this small change made her feel independent again. It gave her back control over something that was once private and personal. This wasn't about weakness, it was about strength. It was about taking proactive steps to adapt to her body's needs without compromising her privacy or sense of self. The raised toilet seat with handles isn't just a convenience. It's a tool that restores dignity, comfort, and safety in a place we often take for granted. If you've been avoiding this because it feels like an unnecessary change, think again. It could be the thing that makes your daily routine safer and easier. Have you or someone you know struggled with this? A raised toilet seat can make all the difference. Drop "Take Control" in the comments and tag someone who might need this simple yet powerful upgrade. Item 9. Smart doorbell system. For months, she dreaded the sound of the doorbell. It wasn't just the inconvenience of getting up, it was the fear. Who was it? A stranger, a salesman, or worse, someone with ill intentions. At 75, living alone, she started to feel vulnerable every time someone knocked. Each visitor, whether expected or not, sparked a sense of unease. Then one day, she made a change. She installed a smart doorbell system. Suddenly, she could see every visitor from the comfort of her couch. With a quick glance at her phone, she knew exactly who was at her door, before even opening it. No more guesswork, no more opening the door to uncertainty. And with the two-way audio feature, she could even communicate with them without stepping a foot outside. It was a game changer. The confidence she gained from knowing who was at her door and having the ability to decide whether or not to open it gave her a peace of mind she hadn't realized she was missing. It wasn't just about security. It was about restoring her sense of control. She wasn't at the mercy of whoever was knocking. She was empowered to make the decision on her terms. A smart doorbell system isn't just for tech lovers. It's a simple, effective tool that makes daily life safer. Whether it's someone delivering a package or a friend stopping by, it's reassuring to know who's on the other side before you answer. And here's the best part. Many of these systems are easy to install and affordable, offering instant security without the need for complicated setups or costly upgrades. Would this make you feel safer too? Drop "smart and safe" in the comments and share this with someone who could benefit from a little more peace of mind. Item 10. Personal emergency response button. It was just another normal day in the kitchen until it wasn't. She was making dinner, humming to herself, when her foot caught the edge of the counter. She tumbled to the floor, unable to get up. Her legs felt heavy, and every movement hurt. The silence of the house was deafening. Alone, and without anyone around to help, panic crept in. She couldn't reach the phone. She couldn't yell loud enough to be heard. She was stuck. That day, everything changed. She realized how vulnerable she was, how quickly an ordinary moment could turn dangerous. After that fall, she made one of the most important decisions of her life. She started wearing a personal emergency response button. It wasn't just a just-in-case safety measure, it was her lifeline. With the press of a button, she could instantly call for help, whether it was a medical emergency or a simple fall. No more waiting for someone to come by. No more feeling helpless in a moment of crisis. What struck her the most was how freeing it felt. The anxiety of being home alone faded, replaced by confidence. She didn't want to need it. but she would never go without it again. A personal emergency response button isn't just for seniors. It's for anyone who values independence but also understands the importance of safety. It's discreet, easy to wear, and most importantly, it's a direct line to help in times of need. She may never need to press it, but knowing it's there makes all the difference. Sometimes, peace of mind is the best thing you can give yourself. Would this provide peace of mind for you or someone you love? Drop a never again in the comments and share this with someone who should never go without it. If Evelyn's story is making you rethink your own safety setup, hit like. The last item we just shared, it could literally be the difference between lying on the floor for hours or getting help in seconds. These 10 tools didn't just make Evelyn's life easier, they made it livable on her own terms again. Aging alone doesn't have to mean vulnerability. It can mean freedom with the right setup. These small changes aren't just about comfort. They're about empowering you to live with confidence, knowing you've taken steps to stay safe and independent. Which of these items are already in your home, and which one are you getting next? Let me know in the comments. I read every story. Your experience might help someone else make that first step toward a safer, more secure lifestyle. We often overlook the simple things, but these little tools make a world of difference. If you're watching this, you're already thinking ahead for yourself or a loved one, and that's the first step in making smarter, safer choices as we age. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more videos like this, because together we can create a safer, more comfortable way of aging on our terms. Up next, we're diving into the top kitchen fixes to make cooking safer, faster, and more joyful for older adults. You won't want to miss it. Stay safe, stay independent, and remember, better aging starts with the right tools.